Please email the band teacher and see if it's too late. Okay, I will do this, but in the end, it is Connor's decision. But I will see what she says. Good parents encourage their kids to do these things. Are you really going to not have him do anything? What will he do for a fall activity then? Did you not learn from last year that when they have things to do, they do better in school? What does he know about high school? Tammy made Ryan do nothing. He was always in trouble. Please stop. Just email her first. I need you to stop. I will email her, but please stop going on and on. This is about him, not you. It should be a parent's responsibility to make sure that their kids are having a good time and doing activities and stuff. However, it's not a parent's responsibility to force a child into doing something they don't enjoy. If you force a kid to do something that they could potentially enjoy one day, they'll resent it and not want to do it. Encourage them to do things they enjoy so they can find the things they enjoy. Don't force them. Special thank you to CJ, McPuffin, Els, Kaori Ann Mori, and Holly Miller for supporting the channel and supporting my content. Thank you so much, guys. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another subreddit video. Today we are going to be looking at r/insaneparents. I have a bit of a headache today. I'm sure I can get over that, but the lights are real bright, so nothing's gotten rid of it. I've taken like 1,000,000 painkillers. I've drank like 15 gallons of water. Nothing's getting rid of it, so good times today. Let's get into the subreddit, shall we? That's why all vaccines are being exposed, because they're safe. I think not. I will never trust them. They weren't approved. They're not being exposed. They were approved. You're getting false information. I'm not going to argue about this anymore. Do what you want. Tell me again when you've come to your senses. I love you, but I'm not dealing with this delusion anymore. I'm sorry you don't believe the truth. I hope you don't get sick. Well, now you and Papa... Oh, I think that's a mum. Well, now you and Papa got it. Your life expectancy is 2 to 3 years. That's the truth. LMFAO. Finally a call to stop the vax program. Share, share, share. Please don't send me that shit. Listen to it, sweetie, please. Nope, I've already been vaccinated. I don't need to hear that BS. It's not BS, it's the truth. They're bringing out the truth on it. Believe what you want. I'm not arguing with you anymore. Anybody that says that the vaccine hasn't been approved yet is willfully ignorant to the fact that it hasn't been approved in America, but like the UK, for example. It's been approved not just for emergency use, it's been approved. The whole 2 to 3 year life expectancy thing, how have you figured that out? It hasn't been 2 to 3 years yet. Maybe if people start dropping dead in 2 to 3 years, then maybe I'll believe you. However, you can't know that because it hasn't been that long since people have been mass vaccinated yet. So where are you getting that information from? I feel great. I've been vaccinated. I've got my second vaccination coming up in a couple of weeks. I'm gonna be fully vaccinated. Gonna be great. And you know what? I'm not even magnetic yet. Chandler mother charged with murder after toddler dies of methadone overdose. A Chandler mother was charged with murder and child abuse this week after her 2-year-old died of a narcotics overdose last year, according to the Chandler Police Department. On April 14, 2020, around 8 AM, the police responded to a home where they found a 2-year-old girl unresponsive. The child was transported to a local hospital where she was pronounced dead, police said. The mother, who the police identified as 31-year-old Shade Bowen, stated that her daughter must have obtained an empty bottle of her methadone, a narcotic used for pain relief and to treat addiction, from the trash the night prior, police said. A search of the house located a full-dose bottle of methadone, unsecured, in a drawer decorated with Hello Kitty, in the bedroom that Bowen and her children shared. A total of 19 sealed bottles were discovered in the house. If you are on methadone because of addiction, I'm gonna have to close my window. There are dogs going nuts outside. 1 second. If you are being given methadone as a treatment for addiction, I can understand that that's pretty rough. Addiction's no joke. It's an awful thing. Whether you started the addiction before you had a child or after can change a lot. For example, if you are already an addict, maybe you shouldn't be having a child. However, that's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm gonna talk about now is the blatant fact that she stashed methadone in her kid's room in a Hello Kitty drawer. Being an addict doesn't excuse complete and utter idiocy and irresponsibility in regard to something like that. Why would you do that? Why would anyone do that? Why would anyone in their right or even wrong mind do that unless they wanted their child to overdose or to find the stash? Like, what else is gonna happen? Good for you. I'm still not going to. My vaccine is my faith. I mean, without the vaccine, you'll have to wear a mask everywhere you go. I'm getting a vaccine in the next couple of weeks with White. Each to his one. God gave us the right to choose. You all have to do what you feel is right for you. Are you fine with wearing a mask indefinitely? I don't believe that is going to be the case. Yet Joe Biden said anyone who does not receive the vaccine will be required to wear the mask. Anybody who has received the vaccine can start taking their masks off in public areas. Before I carry on, I don't think the mask restrictions are going to be indefinite. I don't think that's going to be the case anywhere. In a couple of years, we're going to be past this anyway, right? But you will have to wear a mask in that duration. Second part, my vaccine is my faith is the most Scientology thing I've ever heard you say. This is beyond gross, Mum. With all the medicine you take, that is just shocking. I'm with Mom on this. I still wear mine because I don't want to look like an anti-mask and anti-vaccine Republican, so I can relate to that. Wearing a mask because you don't want people to think you're an anti-masker is like, I relate to that heavily. So yeah, it's interesting that this person would say that their vaccine is their faith, and then the OP's like, you take medication, and according to the OP, they've also taken like the flu vaccine and stuff. So it's just like, what are you on about? What are you on about? Y'all, it's not funny, but I'm really BDFU. What does that even mean? BDFU? In the comments, tell me what BDFU means, please. We leave football practice, we go to Chick-fil-A for dinner, and when he goes to get out the car, all his food falls out. It's not funny because I'm not buying no more on top of that. I drank his juice so he don't have anything, like he really hurt. I ate Di Pablo or whatever it's called, so I'm not hungry, but I really feel for him. He probably really hate me as a mom right now because I can't stop laughing. You clearly don't really feel for him if you're laughing at him because he's not gonna get to eat tonight after you've already eaten. Not only that, you drank his juice, so I don't get it. I don't get it. She's laughing at him because he's not gonna get to eat after she already eat. And then she's like, I feel bad for him, but I'm gonna post about it on social media laughing at him about it because I've already eaten and he's not going to get to. Just buy him some food. Just buy him some chips or, I don't know, a freaking oven pizza and make him some food at home or something. I'll share my recent experience with illness. In 18 months of working with the public, I have not been ill, and I have been in some pretty icky environments. I don't wear a mask and I don't use toxic hand gel. I've been concerned because 99% of people I work with and am around have been vaccinated. Everyone I work with that I know has been double jabbed, and people are off self-isolating after this last big push to get vaccinated. Lots of spreading or shedding, however you look at it. We are hearing warnings of shedding from vaccinated and passing the virus, even though this is a messenger RNA vaccine. We're not hearing warnings of that. There's no warnings of that. It's safe. They tell me it is a vaccine like all other vaccines, which tells me they're ignorant of what they have allowed into their bodies. So earlier this week, I had a fever, chills, sore throat, headache, and tiredness. At first, I thought it may be hay fever, but when the fever and chills began, I ruled this out. I laid in bed at night after working and for the first time in my life truly appreciated my immune system. I tested negative 3 times, so no COVID-19, but still these symptoms after being around people positive and newly jabbed. Immediately I started a protocol. 3 days later, it's nearly gone. A bit of a headache, but that's it. When I take the black cumin, here it is, the black cumin oil that will usually take away the ache. I take tablets and capsules first, vitamin C, vitamin D, quercetin with a blend of wormwood, DHEA, vitamin B12 drops. I didn't take any paracetamol. Then I take the following oils without drinking water for 30 minutes. I fill a dessert spoon, you mean a dessert spoon, with half neat black cumin seed oil and raw honey, 3 drops of CBD oil. I do this after I have my breakfast and before I go to bed. I also use a natural nasal spray before I start work in the morning if I'm working with the vaxxed or seeing clients. The grapeseed extract kills any virus in the nose, blah blah blah. Okay, so they tested negative. So it's not shedding, is it? They're not getting ill. They've probably just got the regular flu or something, because they clearly didn't get COVID from someone shedding COVID because they tested negative. So they're out here like, my immune system is so great and I take all of these oils to avoid the shedding because people that are vaccinated are harming me, when they're not, because you didn't get it. You didn't. So you tested negative 3 times. 3 times you didn't get it. So they're not shedding it, are they? So this is what I got to wake up to this morning. My husband, Jello, talking shit about me with what sounded like a familiar voice. He also mentioned a guy by the name of Elu, whom I believe is actually a part of the Mason group his father belongs to. I recently recalled that I saw him before Sedona helping his stepmother or father move. One of the two. My husband has gotten everyone to call me a whore/slut, etc., even though he is the one left me broke and abandoned after winning a large sum in the lottery and taking off with his ex-girlfriend she dumped a year before meeting me. They convinced me that he supposedly died in my arms in my childhood bedroom. What? When I met Jello, he was a tweaker, a liar, and a thief, stealing over $3,000 out of my account. So why did you marry him? Probably why him and his ex-girlfriend broke up. Apparently the home-wrecking whore couldn't fix him at the time they were together. 5 years, I believe 14 years with me, and it's just so easy for him not only to run off with his slut of a but spend years trying to assassinate my character, probably to cover his own ass for what he did, or just simply divorcing me. I used to think highly of him, now I realized he is the biggest piece of shit I've ever met. A close second would be Herpel, the first guy I dated almost 5 years after Jello allegedly died, and I'm pretty sure she was in all of this just as much as everyone I've known for the last 20 years. I've never felt so brokenhearted in my life. Now I'm finding out that he is responsible for the gang stalking I've endured for the last 10 years. I also hold his family and the Freemasons of Northern Arizona responsible for helping him destroy my life, my family, my credibility, and any hope or trust in the human race ever again. And for all the shitheads who helped him, what the F is wrong with you going after an innocent woman because some prick named Jello doesn't have any balls or decency to approach his wife of almost 9 years, whom he told he couldn't lie to, and just end it? What am I reading? So wait, this Jello guy died, I think, and she's like, he's not really dead. He's also spreading lies about me and sending gang stalkers and stealing my money. I'm so confused. Hi, it's Editing Blue here, and I'm still confused. So I decided to go and search on Reddit for the original post to see if the OP had left any extra context. Thank the Lord they have, so I can kind of sum up what actually just happened here. So what OP said is, this is my mother. She's currently homeless. Her husband died in 2013. I attended the funeral and he was cremated. She even spread his ashes in California. So she's delusional, she's homeless, and she believes that her husband faked his death after winning the lottery and went off with his ex. Even though she saw him die, he was cremated and she spread his ashes. So she's very much delusional, I would say clinically insane at this point. So honestly, the perfect fit for this subreddit, but unfortunately just really sad. It's just really sad. I'm just gonna move on. I'ma make sure my kids never get to see Nickelodeon or any TV, nor have a mobile until I know they are straight. This isn't gonna do anything if they're gay, cause that's not how being gay works. Woo! Your kid is gonna grow up really deprived. They're gonna grow up not being able to talk about TV with any of their friends. They're gonna grow up not being able to communicate with any of their friends outside of school, outside of seeing them. They're gonna grow up having no idea how anything works. And newsflash, if they're gay, they're still gonna be gay. So good job. Good luck ruining your kids' lives and changing nothing if they're actually still gay anyway. Being gay isn't a plague, and it's not something that the TV causes. Being gay is just a natural thing that some people just have, because some people like bums, some people like the pee-pee, and some people like the JJ, and some people like all of them. Freshly cut switches, $1 each. De-leafing, 50 cents extra. And for parents with really bad kids, buy 2 get 1 free. Trying to make America great again. Abuse doesn't make kids good kids. Funny enough, it does the opposite. Trauma isn't gonna create a good child. Trauma is gonna create someone who, when they grow up and have a kid, goes, well, my parents beat me, so why shouldn't I beat my kids? The key to raising good kids is to break this chain. It's to not try and traumatize your children. If you beat your kids because they do things you don't agree with, newsflash, you're just gonna create good liars. I'm sorry, Blue. It is your dad that's having an affair, not me. He forgets he is still married to me. You guys are separated for the last 13 years. What do you expect us to do? What is your solution to all this? So it's not legal. He's still married to me. My mum overheard us asking my dad's partner of 8 years for advice on a Father's Day gift and stormed out. We then received this text. She forgets that she cheated on him and walked out on us in the first place. What a nightmare. So what? Is she trying to gaslight him now? She's trying to be like, wow, he's cheating on me and he's having an affair when she cheated on him to split them up in the first place? That's messed up. Don't be like this person. If they've been apart for 13 years, she should be over this by now. It's been 13 years. She needs to grow up. Herd immunity doesn't come from vaccines. It comes from antibodies. How do you get the antibodies? The bubonic plague didn't need a vaccine to go away. You get sick and recover, and then the mothers pass antibodies to their babies. Mom, the Black Plague killed 1/3 of Europe. You're missing the point. Vaccines are not safe and effective for everyone. I want medical choice, that's all. Nobody's forcing you to get a shot. Not yet, but the coercion is coming. You might need to as an educator. It's going to be around a lot of other people during the fall. Maybe not though. I will resign. For real? You've taught for years. I love my job, but I love my freedom of choice more. She's clearly doesn't love being a teacher if she's not willing to do things to protect the people she's teaching. If you're going to be around hundreds of people every day and you're actually a good teacher that cares about the people that you're around in that day, I feel like it's logical that you'd want to do things to protect the people that you're around every day, right? You're not a good teacher if you're not willing to get vaccinated to protect all of the children who it's your responsibility to look after as your job. So it's probably a good thing that she'll resign. That's my opinion. And the final post. My kids are not allowed to date liberals. Most of them are crazy, I think. Especially after pandemic, people realize what is important. Family and relationships are full of compromises and respect. In my opinion, liberals are self-obsessed, selfish, and too full of themselves. The lack of self-awareness in this one comment. So liberals are self-obsessed and full of themselves, says the person who will not allow their kids to date a liberal because of their political standing. Family and relationships are full of compromises, apart from my children are never allowed to date a liberal, no compromise there, will not allow it. This whole, they say a sentence and then they contradict it. Then they say a sentence and then they contradict it. Who's the crazy one again? That's where I'm going to end the video, guys, because my headache's getting really bad. I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you want to support me in making more content like this, then I have a Patreon in the description down below. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.